Hi, friend. Dr. Trish Leigh here. I wanted to take just a few minutes to bring clarity to the last video that I made on NoFap because I saw that there was a lot of confusion, and I always want to show up on this channel with accuracy, compassion, and real science. So let's dig a little further into NoFap versus explicit matter. Here's one thing I want to make absolutely clear. I'm definitely not saying that you should keep using explicit matter or that you should quit NoFap. Stopping the screen is essential. It's the first step in healing your brain. But what I am saying is this, that stopping alone doesn't fully rewire the nervous system. We know this from science. So when men rely on willpower alone, especially long term, with a brain that's still misfiring, it creates frustration, relapse cycles, a sense of failure, or at the very least, long-term struggle that's not your fault. So this is what I want to say. NoFap isn't the enemy. Extreme restriction and white-knuckled control, especially longer term, is the problem. Because here's the truth. When your brain is in a dysregulated state, it's using too much high beta, it has low dopamine tone, the reward circuits are firing too fast, you will still feel urges because they come from that underlying miswiring. It becomes even more profound, so you feel these urges because you're not using the healthy brain pattern that would allow you to move past those urges and complete recovery. I've said it many times. Recovery should have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Recovery means recovering your true self and getting back to balance. In the end, your brain is regulated, so there's no more trying. If you don't regulate your brain, but you keep trying, you actually end up overloading the circuits that you're trying to suppress in the first place. This is why many men who quit explicit matter and masturbation still feel extreme compulsions, urges, cravings. They feel anxious, they feel depressed, they feel numbed. They especially continue to feel triggered over time. This is not because they're weak. It's because they've never shifted the underlying brainwave pattern that is keeping them stuck in the trying to control the urges. It doesn't have to be that way. Now, I've realized that I have a unique perspective on the pain and anguish that comes along with this journey. I've seen men stay in this state or in the NoFap journey for years, even decades. I've worked with tens of thousands of people. I know their stories. More importantly, I've seen their brain functioning on QEEG brain mapping. These are men that are at risk of losing the girlfriends that they care about and they want to be with. Their wives are one relapse away from divorce. The relationships they have with their children are on the brink of disaster. They're about to lose their job if they have one more slip. They're in trouble with the law. I work with people who have tried to take their own life because of trying and not being able to succeed. This is because their brains are still caught in dopamine dependency, and now they're overfiring the control circuits. I've said it many times before. Early relapse is a learning tool. Later relapse means you have not rewired your brain. You don't have enough control yet. That is what I help people do in my professional practice. That's what I'm trying to teach you here, is that there is technology that can do that rewiring for you. But just to be super clear, you never need to buy anything from me to start your healing. There are thousands of videos on this channel that I've made in my free time because I'm a girl who's on a mission. I get emails all the time from people telling me that the brain hacks on this channel have helped them. So stay here, learn the science. If you can succeed, that's what I want. If you need more help, I want you to realize that. So my message in the last video wasn't don't do NoFap. My message is that for most people, NoFap is step number one. Long-term NoFap can be the equal but opposite miswiring of the brain that keeps it stuck. Regulation and rewiring are step number two. When you combine them, you can finally be free. But unfortunately, you can't skip step number two. Now, some viewers are mistaking the chicken and the egg here. I'm not offering my services more because they happen to be what I spend my life doing. I practice state-of-the-art brain mapping and a very specialized version of neurofeedback with men who are trying to escape what become the clutches and the prison of porn and compulsive masturbation. Now, the reason I do it is because it works. I work with their partners because they're devastated. They want to be with the men that they love, but they don't know how to if they can't leave hypersexuality behind. All they know to do is leave. I want people, men and women, to finally have the relationships that they want and they deserve. That doesn't include explicit matter, and it doesn't include a lifetime of trying to overcome urges. So I want you to know I'm not trying to sell you anything if you feel that way, but I've had some new clients tell me, I had no clue that you offered a program. I had no clue that you offered services. And that's bad on me because I do have thousands of videos here and I've never talked about the program that I offer. It is the highest level neuroscience technology in the world. And I'm very blessed to be one of the most skilled people at it using an online platform where I can literally work with people around the entire world. So for people who want help, I want them to know I'm here for you. We can work together. So I've committed to talking about brain mapping and neurofeedback more because it is the fundamentally easiest way for a person to rewire their brain with the least amount of struggle in the shortest amount of time. So what I do in my professional practice, it's entirely measurable. The results speak for themselves. I need people to know about that. In people's brain maps, I see it all the time. Men who tell me I've been trying not to watch porn and masturbate for years, decades. I've been on the NoFap journey, but they're losing it because they keep relapsing. I see lots of high beta, stress, which needs soothing. I see dopamine dependency that keeps them caught in the loop. I see a default mode network that can't engage, which means they can't be calm, they can't feel confident, they can't feel motivated. There's no clarity. Regulation takes intention, structure. There is a way to do it that creates a reset of the reward pathway. It usually takes a professional to help. But when you do it, you have peace. So the question is your NoFap journey bringing you peace? I really hope so. If not, there's miswiring in there. So if you watched the last video and you thought I was minimizing NoFap, I'm not. I'm trying to tell you that NoFap is step one, and its greatest benefit is that it can calm your brain down enough to create more self-awareness. And if it works for you to move beyond that, beyond a life of trying to overcome urges and being able to establish healthy intimacy, then that's great. But if you are still trying and relapsing and trying again, then I want you to know your brain is still miswired, and miswiring is fixable. I'm here to help you understand what's happening inside of your brain so you can stop fighting yourself and start healing. If my video helps you, that's amazing. If someone else's approach helps you, that's amazing too. My goal is to help you create your best life, one that gives you clarity and confidence. So get into any program that resonates with you. I hope this clears things up because I'm very appreciative of the people who show up here on the channel and are trying. And I know this journey leads to a lot of confusion. I don't want to add to that confusion. I want to clarify it. So there will be more brain-based guidance on this very topic coming again this week. I'm yet to make it, but I want to try to provide as much clarity as possible. So I will see you in the next video. And my friend, until next time, please realize that until you fully control your brain, it will control you. I'll see you next time.